Welcome everyone to another edition of 90 Minutes with myself, Jim Spence. Joining me this evening from our studio in Dundee is current director at Dens, Mr. Callum Melville.
Good evening, Jim.
Good evening, Callum. Later on we will be discussing all the weekend's results from the SPL, taking a few calls from the fans, and looking at some of the latest transfer gossip.
Your speciality, Jim.
Firstly, our competition. The prize tonight is VIP tickets to our Active Nation Scottish Cup game of your choosing. It could be St Johnstone versus Dundee United.
Or even Dundee against Ayr United.
That's right, assuming you can defeat Livingston.
Careful now.
Anyway, the question tonight is who am I? So, I am a miracle worker. My holy land is a desert of sand. I can turn something very bland into something exciting. I was wrongfully crucified in the older days. And my name is recognized nearly everywhere. Who am I?
You've got to be kidding.
Send us your answers by text. The winner will be announced later on, but for now let's talk Dundee FC. So Callum, what have you made of life at Dens so far?
Well, Jim, it has been an interesting journey. From the moment that I walked into Dens Park, I knew this was the beginning of something special. The fans were a bit skeptical at first, but now they all know I'm here for the long run, and to see this great club return to its glory days.
The glory days of Dundee FC, getting pumped in the Scottish Cup semi-final by Gretna.
Quiet, you ginger prick.
Sorry, a bad joke. If it means anything, I was there cheering the D's on.
That I'm not sure of. But anyway, it won't be an easy journey, but it will be something special. That's what I can guarantee for all the D's everywhere.
Speaking of D's everywhere, Callum, there was an interesting rumour on Dundee Mad where a sighting of a certain Togo internationalist by the name of Colo Toure, currently at Man City, at the Velgate shopping centre at the weekend. Could he be the latest to join the D in this transfer window?
Not to spoil the answer of your competition, but Jesus Spencey, not again. How many times do I have to tell you? Just because unlike United we are debt-free, and we have the financial support to attract quality players to the club, it does not mean everyone, and there more, are joining the D.
Sorry for that. Got any names for us though?
Kaka.
Kaka to join Dundee.
No, you moron. That was a joke. Even if we wanted to buy Kaka, which we could, why would he want to play against dross like Ayr United, Falkirk and Kilmarnock?
Fair point.
And Celtic. That useless prick Mowbray is a right diddy. Danny Fox, Laundrine Diary, Misfortune and that Livy reject they just signed for 2 million. What the fuck?
Well,
nothing, Jim. He got West Brom relegated, then was made Celtic manager. Manager of a Champions League team. Again, what the fuck? He's turned them into a bigger joke than a Floraman Calauda.
A Floraman Calauda.
A love child of Chelsea's Calauda Malauda. What pish? How on earth could you do worse? Oh yeah, Pat Clark.
Speaking of Pat Clark, there has been rumours of an argument between yourself and Jockey Scott, current manager of Dundee, and one of the topics was Clark. Is this true?
Who's your mole, Spencey? Well, in any way I can reveal that is true. Jockey believes Pat Clark has all the potential to be a leading star at Dens.
I can sort of agree there, Callum.
Pish. Pat Clark is shite. Pat Clark is utter shite. Pat Clark couldn't score in a brothel.
I'm not too sure if we can air that.
Bollocks, Jim. I'm Callum Melville, director of Dundee Football Club. I have more money and power than any radio controller here. Especially at a station where a fat slob who supports that bigoted shite-Ayr United is given time to listen to the same old pish about the old firm every week.
Okay. I'm being told to move on here.
Moving on, Jim? I know a club where you could go. We are always looking for a wee ginger shite to spy on those lot across the road. We'll pay you well and all you have to do is infiltrate those Judases. Wilkie, Dixon, Robertson.
But I'm sure you're aware that I am an Arab through and through. A Tunisian loyal.
Jim, speaking of that place, what's the difference between a hedgehog and Tanadus? A hedgehog has pricks on the outside.
Very funny. Callum Melville, thank you very much for joining me.
Anytime for you, Jim.
Now before we go, the winner of tonight's competition is a farmer from Perth, who correctly answered the Who Am I. To recap what I asked you. I am a miracle worker. My holy land is a desert of sand. I can turn something very bland into something exciting. I was wrongfully crucified in the older days, and my name is recognized nearly everywhere. Who am I? The answer, of course, was Craig Levain.
Jesus Christ.